Hey there! Welcome to this incredible journey where we'll be exploring the vibrant culture and fascinating history of Cuba. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll be itching to book your ticket to this colorful Caribbean island. Let's dive right in. Setting the scene. Cuba is like stepping into a time machine that transports you to a place where classic cars roam the streets, music fills the air, and history speaks from every corner. Imagine yourself walking down the cobblestone streets of Havana, surrounded by pastel-colored buildings, the scent of freshly brewed coffee wafting from a nearby cafe, and the distant rhythm of salsa inviting you to dance. That's Cuba for you, a blend of old-world charm and lively culture. A quick history lesson. Before we get into the culture, let's talk about history. Cuba's story is a fascinating one. The island was originally inhabited by the Taino people before Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492, claiming it for Spain. Fast forward through centuries of colonization, the transatlantic slave trade and battles for independence, and you've got a history rich with resilience and revolution. The 20th century brought the Cuban Revolution, led by Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, which shaped modern Cuba in profound ways. Today, Cuba stands as a unique blend of its colonial past, revolutionary ideals, and African, Spanish, and Caribbean influences. It's this mixture that makes its culture so captivating. The music that moves Cuba. Let's talk about one of Cuba's most iconic cultural elements: music. If you've ever tapped your feet to the rhythm of salsa, mambo, or cha-cha-cha, you have Cuba to thank. Music is everywhere in Cuba. It's in the streets, the homes, and even in the way people speak. The island has given the world legendary musicians like Celia Cruz and the Buena Vista Social Club. But it's not just about the big names. Every corner of Cuba seems to have its own live band or a solo guitarist playing soulful melodies. Visiting places like Trinidad or Santiago de Cuba, you'll find music blending seamlessly with daily life. And don't even get me started on the dancing. The locals make it look effortless as they sway to the beat. And trust me, you'll want to join in. Just be prepared to step out of your comfort zone and your shoes. The art of Cuba. Cuba's art scene is as colorful as its streets. From political murals to intricate sculptures, art is a way of life here. The Museo Nacional de Bellas Artes in Havana is a must-visit, showcasing Cuban art from colonial times to contemporary works. But some of the best art can be found right on the streets. Murals, graffiti, and handmade crafts tell stories of struggle, celebration, and everything in between. A visit to Fábrica de Arte Cubano, a former cooking oil factory turned cultural hub, will blow your mind. It's a space where artists, musicians, and filmmakers come together, and you'll leave feeling inspired and maybe a little overwhelmed in the best way possible. Food. A feast for the senses. Now let's talk about food, because who doesn't love a good meal? Cuban cuisine is a mouth-watering blend of Spanish, African, and Caribbean influences. Picture this: a plate of ropa vieja, which is shredded beef cooked in a rich tomato sauce, served with black beans, rice, and fried plantains. Hungry yet? Don't miss out on Cuban sandwiches, which are loaded with roasted pork, ham, Swiss cheese, pickles, and mustard, all pressed to perfection. And then there's the coffee. Cuban coffee is strong, sweet, and the perfect pick-me-up as you explore. One of the best ways to experience Cuban food is through paladas, which are family-run restaurants often set up in people's homes. It's an intimate way to enjoy authentic dishes while chatting with locals. Classic cars and timeless streets. When you think of Cuba, one of the first images that comes to mind is probably those classic American cars from the 1950s. These beauties are still cruising the streets of Havana, thanks to Cuban ingenuity and a knack for keeping things running. Taking a ride in one of these vintage cars is an absolute must. It's like being in a living postcard, with the sea breeze in your hair and the cityscape unfolding around you. As you drive through Havana's Malecon, a seaside promenade, you'll feel like you've stepped back in time. A walk through Havana. Speaking of Havana, this city deserves a spotlight of its own. Start in Old Havana or La Habana Vieja, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Plaza de la Catedral is a stunning square featuring the Grand Havana Cathedral, while the Plaza Vieja offers vibrant architecture and bustling energy. Take a stroll down Obispo Street, where shops, bars, and street performers create a lively atmosphere. Don't forget to visit El Floridita, a bar famous for its daiquiris and a favorite hangout of Ernest Hemingway. If you're a fan of his work, you can even visit his home, Finca Vigia, just outside the city. Beyond Havana. While Havana is captivating, there's so much more to Cuba. In Trinidad, a perfectly preserved colonial town, cobblestone streets and colorful houses make you feel like you've stepped into a painting. The nearby Valle de los Ingenios, a valley once filled with sugar plantations, is a historical treasure. For nature lovers, Vinales is a must-visit. This lush valley is known for its tobacco fields and dramatic limestone hills called magotes. You can tour a tobacco farm, learn how cigars are made, and even try rolling one yourself. And then there's Varadero, a beach lover's paradise with crystal clear waters and soft white sand. Whether you're into snorkeling, diving, or just lounging with a mojito in hand, Varadero has it all. The festivals of Cuba. Cuba's festivals are an experience like no other. They're a whirlwind of music, dance, and celebration that bring the island's vibrant culture to life. One of the most famous is the Santiago de Cuba Carnival, held every July. It's a riot of color and sound, with parades, live music, and traditional costumes that showcase the island's Afro-Caribbean heritage. Another must-see is the Havana International Jazz Festival, where world-class musicians gather to perform and celebrate jazz's enduring influence. For film enthusiasts, the Havana Film Festival offers a chance to explore Cuban and Latin American cinema. These events aren't just about entertainment. They're about community and the shared joy of coming together. The spirit of the people. What truly makes Cuba special is its people. Cubans are warm, welcoming, and always ready to share a story or a smile. Despite the challenges they've faced, their resilience and joy shine through. Whether you're chatting with a local in a cafe, dancing in a salsa club, or simply asking for directions, you'll feel a connection that stays with you long after you leave. And there you have it, a glimpse into the rich culture and history of Cuba. From its music and art to its food and people, this island is a treasure trove of experiences waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more adventures, and drop a comment below about what excites you most about visiting Cuba. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hasta luego!